Hey guys, welcome to Herding Little Cows. Today is September 27th and it is Mark's birthday, and he was he was thinking it would be cool if the baby was born on his birthday. But it is now 8 o'clock-ish at night. I just got out of the shower and I don't think that that's happening. So we will go on to another day. So today is September 27th, like I said. And I'd like to say a big happy birthday to my husband, who is such a loving father and is so great in teaching our family the word and being such a prayer warrior for our family. So I just want to say thank you to my husband, and thank you to God for putting us together so we can have this family that we have. So, on to the pregnancy update. I have been very uncomfortable today since this afternoon. I'm having regular contractions, but this happens to me for sometimes weeks at the end of pregnancy. Some of them are a little more uncomfortable. So I took a shower to hopefully help my back a little bit, and I am headed to bed. That's what's going on next. But Mark is coming to bed too, so that we can just try to be rested whenever this baby shows up. So this is not a labor announcement. This is very normal for me, so please don't be writing and asking, did you have the baby yet? Did you have the baby yet? Because Mark will have the baby pictures posted about 10 minutes after baby's born. So if you want to know if the baby's here yet, just look for baby pictures. Until then, don't ask me, because this is just my norm. This is what happens every time. We've now had 8 of them, and it's happened the same every time. So I'm uncomfortable. I'm headed to bed, but I wanted to talk about group B strep, which I think I mentioned in one of my other videos. That is what caused the death of our baby Joshua that was stillborn 10 years ago. It's an infection that women can have, and I think it's like 40% of women carry it from time to time. So it's something that's just very normal to have. And when you have it, they treat you with antibiotics while you are in labor. So you go into the hospital in labor, specifically if your water has broken, if the baby is a preemie, and if you have a fever. I think those are the 3 things that specifically need the antibiotic. And they test you at like 36 weeks to see if you might have this. And you can not have it at 36 weeks and then go on to deliver at 38 weeks and have it. But they just have to test sometime during the pregnancy. So I was tested. I do not have it as of right now that they know of. And so that makes me feel a little more comfortable this pregnancy. I've had problems in past pregnancies where I've had my amniotic fluid, my amniotic sac break early, and so anytime that happens, there's a risk of infection, and that is what happened to our son. My water broke. I went to the hospital and they didn't do the proper protocol, and he got sick. But because of going into the hospital and all the chaos of that, my body shut down labor, and I did not start labor again for 8 days. And so by the time he was born, he had passed away. And there was nothing they could have done to help him at that point. But there was some medical malpractice that they didn't take care of me after the situation, and they were blaming us for the death of the baby, even though it was the hospital not doing the proper thing. So there was a lot tied up in that. In all of it, God is good, and I can tell so many stories of the grace we saw, and God's people coming together and surrounding our family, even though we didn't know them. It happened when we were as far away from home as you could get. We are from Maine, and we were in San Diego, California when this whole thing happened. So I didn't have friends and family to lean on. We didn't really know people in the churches we were out there working with, because Mark had been really sick since we had gotten to town with something different. Group B strep is a woman's thing. He had gotten giardia from drinking bad water, and so he was really sick, and so we didn't really know anybody, but they just came around us, and they just surrounded us with love and brought us meals a lot, and it was amazing. And I can see God's hand in all the situation surrounding his birth. So if you have questions about that, it's something I would rather answer individual questions privately, but feel free to private message me about that. I would love to answer questions people have about that situation. But the group B strep, I had it in that pregnancy. I have had it in some of my pregnancies after that. I have not had it in some of my pregnancies after that. So this time it's not showing up, but because I've had a baby that was affected by group B strep, the protocol that they do at our local hospital is they will treat me with antibiotics when I go into labor, which I would rather do so that I'm getting the medicine rather than the baby getting medicine after he's born. So far, none of our kids have had problems. Even the ones where I had group B strep during the pregnancy, none of our babies have had problems with it, except for Joshua. But I would still rather take the antibiotics for me getting the medicine rather than brand new baby getting that medicine. So just if anyone has any questions about that and the protocol that goes with it and what can happen to baby, it's a breathing issue that baby can get after they're born by the group B strep being transferred to them through labor, getting inside the sac of waters or through the birthing process. I would gladly answer those questions, but it was just something I wanted to mention. It's something that has been a stressful situation in other pregnancies, and we have to leave it up to God. He has a plan for all of this, and like I said in another video, God taught us so many lessons through my pregnancy and then the loss we had with Joshua, that it brought us closer to him and brought us closer to each other and as a family. But it was very, very difficult. So that's what it is. I have to figure out when labor is really starting so that I can go to the hospital so I can get those antibiotics, because they want you to get 2 doses 4 hours apart. And my labors aren't usually that long by the time we figure out to go to the hospital. So we will see what happens. Last time they got the first bag of antibiotics in just as I was ready to deliver the baby. So we'll see. But Malachi is still happy inside. I still feel him kicking around. I had a huge burst of energy this morning where I was cleaning out closets and things like that. And then this afternoon, I don't have less energy. I just feel more uncomfortable with back pain and things like that. So I'm headed to bed. I hope this video sees you all well, and we will see you again tomorrow. Have a good night.